It's been great getting to know Viva over the past couple of months. I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting staff in the UK and around the world. And at the beginning of this year, I would like to invite you to pray for 4 things. And these are kind of 4 things that are very much at the top of my, or on the top of my mind at the moment. So the first thing to pray for is for more impact in the lives of children. This has always impressed me about Viva, and that certainly hasn't changed over the past 2 months as I've been part of the Viva family, as I think Viva is making so much impact in the lives of children around the world. And I'd like us to continue, and I'd like us to make even more impact. As I've begun to get to know some of the Viva programs, there's so much about so many of them that impressed me so much. I've been particularly hearing quite a lot about our learning spaces program that enable pupils to increase in confidence when it comes to learning, which enables them to stay in school or return to schooling, which in a world that is still reeling with the impact of COVID-19 and the lockdowns that so many children around the world experience, I just think this is such a timely program. So I would urge you to pray with us that we would be able to have more impact in the lives of more children over the year to come. So that's my first prayer point. My second is that we can pray for the networks, that our networks are well supported by us, that they become healthier and they make even more impact. What's been really encouraging over the past 2 months, I've spoken to people externally from Viva, speaking to them about my role at Viva, is just how many times people have been talking about the importance of local networks as a delivery solution. And it seems that networks are increasingly being looked at by a lot of the big international development agencies, and it's just fantastic that Viva is here having almost 3 decades of experience of doing what everyone else is now currently talking about. So I think this gives us a really good opportunity. So I'd like us to pray that we would be really great at supporting our existing networks to enable them to do more and more. Thirdly, I would like you to join us as a team to pray for increased funding so that we can do more. We are in difficult economic times as a country in the UK, but also globally. So wherever you are probably feeling the impact of the current economic situation. But of course, it's the children and families that we are most desperate to support that are probably bearing the biggest challenges as a result of the current global economic situation. Neither does all of this make fundraising easy, but we really do believe in the work that God has called us to do. We believe that God will open up the resources. So I would encourage you to pray that as a team we'd be wise and we would follow God's guidance as to how he wants us to invest in fundraising. But do pray that the money would flow to Viva so we can make the impact we really would like to see in the lives of children around the world. And then my fourth prayer point is more of a personal one, and that is I will be traveling a lot over the next few months. I'm really looking forward to meeting our staff team around the world in person as I visit each of the 4 regions. But as I do that, I'd really value prayers for my own family. I've got 2 young children, a son, Isaac, who's 8, and a daughter, Tilly, who is 5, and my wife, Hannah. So clearly we've been traveling so much over the next 4 months. It will change the dynamics of family life quite a lot for us. So I'd ask you to pray that God would really help us navigate that well as a family, and that this would be something that we share in together. And it would actually be a real blessing for our family, not something that's hugely challenging. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this evening and or this afternoon or this morning, depending on what time zone you're in. And thank you for all you do in holding the work of Viva and children around the world up to God in prayer.